Hey guys, I'm Jam of jamonline.ph and welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna do a review of the Realme 8 Pro. So this is the newest smartphone in Realme and I'm really excited to share this one to you guys. I mean, we now have a brand new design as you can see in this one, and of course a lot of new exciting features. But before we get down to that, let me show you the unboxing, a very short unboxing na meron tayo dito sa Realme 8 Pro. So we got your sand-like surface at the back of the smartphone. It is really ergonomic for me. I like the curves that we're getting in here. I mean, look at this one. We got here a brand new design and we got here a sand-like surface. It's not glass, it's not also metal, but it's really premium. So Realme call it it undergoes through the AG crystal process. And what I like about it is that it's very unique. Okay, it's very unique. It's really premium for me. It's still premium for me. It's not the best probably material na ginamit ni Realme for a smartphone, but the process that was done on this one, the material that was used, it's really good. We also got here the tagline, Dare to Leap. As you can see, that's the tagline of Realme. So there's a tagline in here kasi I mean, we got here the brands, the premium brands that has their taglines, their logos that is really big on their bags, clothing. So yeah, it's getting trendy na din to use the Dare to Leap na logo nila. And it's actually really nice. So meron tayong rough or parang matte na surface, and then we got here the glossy Dare to Leap logo on this one. So yeah, you can see that it's shining, and I really like the design of this one. It's unique, it's good, and it's still premium for me. But it's not just about the design. So the Realme 8 Pro also comes with a better 8.1mm thin na body. Yes, it's actually really thin and it's very ergonomic. So even if I use the case, the smartphone over here, kahit I still use the case on this one, it still doesn't feel thick. So the 8.1mm thin on the smartphone is just good. It's ergonomic, it's thin, and it's really good. Not just that, we also got here a weight lang na 176 grams, so it's really lightweight. Even if you have small hands, even if you have, you know, yung mga hands is not para sa mga heavier smartphones, this one would be good for you because it only weighs 176 grams. But having a thin and light body doesn't mean that the smartphone would have a small battery. Actually, we got here 4,500 mAh of battery. So yes, the smartphone still comes with a large battery inside despite having this thickness. As for the ports, this one is complete. That everything na kailangan natin dito. We got here USB-C port and also the headphone jack. Of course, the USB-C port supports Super Dart fast charging. So with the Realme 8 Pro, it's now down to 50 watts. But there's a reason behind from going 65 watts to 50 watts. Well, with 50 watts of battery, we now have a better battery optimization as they change the voltage and the amperes for this one. So this means that you can use the smartphone longer. Mas maganda yung longevity ng ating battery dito sa Realme 8 Pro. The display is one of the things na ma-appreciate nyo dito because it's Super AMOLED display. It's still 60Hz, but the Super AMOLED display does give us a really nice colors. It's sharp, it's good, and ang mahalaga dito is the sampling. The touch sampling rate is rated at 180 Hz. What does that mean? It means that the smartphone is responsive when it comes to touching sa buttons. That's why navigating, especially playing games, sobrang responsive ng display natin dito. I believe itong mga touch sampling rate na to na maganda, 180 Hz is essential if you love playing games, FPS games in which time is very crucial. Even a millisecond can give you a big advantage compared to other smartphones. Not just that, the smartphone's display is also really bright at 1000 nits. Yes, it's really bright at 1000 nits. So kahit gamitin nyo sa labas, hindi kayo problema dito with the Realme 8 Pro. We also got here the in-display fingerprint scanner. So yes, there's no side fingerprint on this one or the rear fingerprint on this one, but we got here an in-display fingerprint scanner. But of course, you can opt for the face unlock if you want a faster unlocking process dito sa atin sa Realme 8 Pro. As for the battery, the score that we got sa PCMark is really promising as we got a score of 17 hours and 3 minutes. That is thanks to the optimization na meron tayo with the Snapdragon 720G, which is known for its optimized performance and also battery life. And also, yung ating 50 watts charging na makakapagpatulong sa inyo na makakapag-charge kayo kagad sa smartphone even for just a few minutes. So imagine, you can use the smartphone for a whole day. Even if you play games, hindi pa rin kayo mag-a-ask ng isang power bank sa isang araw. Some people might use the Realme 8 Pro of up to 2 days. So, that is really cool depending dun sa usage nyo. So, let's go to the performance and the software that we got on the smartphone. So, the Realme 8 Pro comes with the latest Realme UI 2.0 based on Android 11. As you can see in here, the icons are the same, but it's fast, it's responsive, and there are only a few applications that are pre-installed on the smartphone. So, it means na konti yung bloatwares, mas mabilis mag-load, and the icons, they're just really good. Pleasing to the eye, so kahit gamitin nyo siya magdamag buong araw, hindi nakakasawa yung itsura ng meron tayo dito sa Realme UI. But of course, you can change the colors and the theme dito sa Realme 8 Pro. So inside the smartphone is a Snapdragon 720G octa-core processor along with 8 gigs of RAM. I know the processor isn't new, but the processor is still capable of playing games, running apps without any problems. Actually, I like the Snapdragon 720G as this one is already proven when it comes to performance, battery life, and sa optimizations. As for the benchmarks, we got these scores na nakuha natin dito sa Realme 8 Pro. For Antutu, we got a score of 345,915, which is expected sa kanyang specifications. Sa 3D Mark Wildlife, we got a score of 1,053, and that is not surprising for me. I mean, that is the score na nakukuha talaga natin when we're benchmarking a 720G smartphone sa Wildlife ng 3D Mark. For Geekbench, we got a single core score 567 and 1687 naman sa multi-core. So, it's not surprising that we got these scores dito sa Realme 8 Pro. It's not a leap pagdating sa performance, but again, the Snapdragon 720G is already capable of playing games. We can play Genshin Impact of this one at low settings. We can play Call of Duty if you want. Of course, mas ma-enjoy yung mga frame rates sa mga casual games. Mobile Legends wouldn't be a problem on this one. Also, hindi rin magiging problema ang pagpapatakbo ng mga, again, FPS games dito sa smartphone na to. Now, let's talk about the feature na pinakamalaking let's talk about the feature na may pinakamalaking change dito sa Realme 8 Pro, and that's the camera of the smartphone. For the camera of the Realme 8 Pro, we now have a 108 megapixel main camera on this one. So we got here a Samsung HM2 ISOCELL sensor, which is known na maganda yung performance niya. So I am not surprised sa maganda yung performance na nakuha natin this Realme 8 Pro. Yan, sinabi ko na yung verdict. And it's a big leap compared to sa previous generation natin sa Realme 7 Pro. So to give you an idea, here's the setup na meron tayo sa Realme 8 Pro. We got here 108 megapixel primary lens, 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a macro lens, and a black and white lens dito sa smartphone na to. So this one comes with the 9-in-1 pixel binning, which means that we can have brighter photos, sharper photos pag nag-shoot tayo using the 108 megapixel main camera of the smartphone. But of course, pag nag-shoot naman kayo, hindi naman ibig sabihin 108 megapixel resolution nyo. You can choose between a 108 megapixel or you can tone it down and use the pixel binning para mas maganda yung mas compressed and mas maliwanag yung mga shots natin dito. Aside from that, the Realme 8 Pro comes with a starry time-lapse mode in where you can shoot videos in a starry night mode, which will give you a better shot sa mga stars and night rails in video. Actually, I was amazed on this one. I was able to shoot up to 60 minutes lang and it gave me around a 10-second video. But if you want, you can shoot up to 240 minutes and it will give you a longer na duration na video dito sa smartphone. But of course, it will also come with a tilt shift na time-lapse video na mas maganda yung mga shots natin. Nagmumukalaruan yung mga shoot ko na videos. Actually, I'm gonna show you some of the videos that I took using the Realme 8 Pro in Starry Night mode and also the tilt shift na time-lapse video. As for the other shots na nakuha natin dito sa smartphone na to, let me show you some of the shots that we took using the Realme 8 Pro. As for the 108 megapixel camera na nakuha natin dito sa Realme 8 Pro, the shots were pretty good. The 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, of course, it isn't as good as the main camera, but we still got here a pretty good and satisfying na shots. Going back to the 108 megapixel main camera, the shots that we took are great. It's colorful, it's vivid, it is sharp, and I've noticed that the dynamic range is way better compared to the previous generation. So, when it comes to camera, the 108 megapixel main camera ng Realme 8 Pro does shine dito sa smartphone. Now, let's go to the verdict na meron tayo dito sa Realme 8 Pro. So, the Realme 8 Pro does feature a really interesting design. I mean, look at that. We got Dare to Leap, baliktad pa tayo. We got Dare to Leap at the back. It's rough na may AG crystal process. The back of the smartphone is solid. It's actually one of the unique things na meron sa smartphone na to. But the best part about this one is not just about the back. It's also thin. It's light, it's thin, it's very ergonomic. It's something that you would appreciate dito sa smartphone na to. And look at that. Look at the camera design na meron tayo sa smartphone na to. Look at that. You can see that we got here a clean camera dito sa smartphone na to. I actually like the design of the camera module of the smartphone. I didn't expect that it would be this fine. I mean, I expect it to be thicker since we've got here 108 megapixel na Samsung HM2 ISOCELL sensor. But yeah, we got here really nice design, a thin body, and yeah. For the display, we got here a fairly large display, just the right size for a smartphone. It's an AMOLED display. That's why the colors are good. I like the display of this one. However, it's still at 60 Hz. But for some people, they might not notice that one. I mean, the 60 Hz display is fine. But the colors, dun talaga nila mapapansin, wow, the display is really good. Browsing, watching videos, they would really appreciate the colors that they're getting dito sa Realme 8 Pro. And of course, we got here the 108 megapixel main camera, quad camera setup. It's nice, it can shoot really good. I actually like the shots that we got dito. And the Starry Night na video, they're just awesome. It's just awesome. I hope that other Realme smartphones would have that feature along with the time-lapse, the tilt shift. It's really cute na meron ganun feature dito sa Realme 8 Pro. As for the processor, yes, it's still a 720G. Ulitin ko, sinabi ko kanina, it's a 720G with 8 gigs of RAM. But the performance that we're getting in here is enough for some people. You can play Call of Duty, you can run apps without any problems. I've been using it for weeks, and na-enjoy ko naman yung performance na nakuha ko dito. It's not an upgrade when it comes to performance, but it will do just fine sa mga basic tasks and most games na nilalaro nyo. So I guess that's it dito sa ating review ng Realme 8 Pro. I hope you like our video. So if you have anything to say about the smartphone, you have anything to say to me, comment down below. And of course, if hindi pa kayo nag-subscribe sa channel ko, well, be sure to click that subscribe button along with that bell button to get notified of our latest videos here dito sa aking YouTube channel. So once again, I am JamFJamOnline.ph. Thank you for watching and see you guys again sa susunod na video.